me, Nimsoni. Welcome back to the ReMod Sandbox. I haven't actually made a video in the past 2 weeks or so, simply because I've been very busy doing stuff in the real world. Anyways, back onto the game. So the thing that I've added, and most people that have been following the Twitter will have noticed this already, is the character model. Yes, I have got a character model. You can see the shadow here. In fact, you can see his eyes sort of appearing in front of the screen here. That's not going to happen, don't worry. I just need to modify the model so that I can separate the head from the body and render the head as shadow only. That will happen very soon. For now, I'm just going to leave it as a test model. So the thing with this system is you'll probably notice that the feet have a very weird animation to them when I start moving. That's because none of this is animation. I have not done a single animation for this character at all. All of this is based on something that I started a long time ago, back with the first Tiny GTA prototype. So I'm going to separate it here so that you can see the game view as well as the actual character model from the scene view. And you can see here the character legs actually move according to, when I turn as well. One foot sort of stays in place and sort of switches between feet every now and then. That's exactly what is happening in the code as well. It's actually a scripted mathematical calculation. I'm using IK points, so Unity's IK system actually does the work. Now you'll notice the gun is in a stupid position right now, and his arms are sort of going through his body and everything. His head, on the other hand, is rotating appropriately, so when I look up, when I look down, he's moving, and you'll notice he actually moves his body when I tilt. That's because the tilt is happening on an exact pivot where the head is, and in the real world nobody ever rotates their head perfectly upwards without it moving forward and back. So this is something, again, it's implemented because in VR that will actually happen, where the head position will move forward and back when you're tilting up and down. So a little bit about the way the actual feet movement work. I haven't got sort of a disabling system for when he's in the air yet, so he just keeps running when he's in the air based on his movement. Now it's all velocity based, so the feet are tracked by calculating a step 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 every now and then. That changes based on his character velocity. So when he's moving really slow, or if he's stopped, you can see it's sort of a 1 2 1 2 1 2 stepping motion, whereas when I start running like that, his feet are moving wider, but they're also moving quicker, like switching between positions quickly. So this is actually something you've seen before, but I haven't showed it off properly. I've implemented it in the Coagulation VR video that I showed, which is showing off what that Halo VR project is going to be very soon. So let me switch to the grappling hook here. You can actually see when he's in air that he is actually still doing the foot movement. Now when he starts moving fast, you'll notice this happens. Why? Because I've set it so that when he is moving too fast to actually keep up with his feet will actually move forward, or in the velocity that you're actually moving, and you'll notice this quicker when I actually start swinging around here and rotate in air. This is nowhere near finished, but you can see his feet are actually pointing in the direction of the velocity rather than just facing forward like a normal foot motion would do. So yeah, this is all completely IK based. There's no animations going on at all. The hands are attached to the gun, the head is rotating based on the camera and positioning itself so that the whole body moves, so that the head is exactly where the camera is. So obviously in VR, your head will move around, your character body will also follow you as you move around. So you can see the actual motion system is not based on the rigid body velocity, it's actually based on the character's head movement. So as I move the entire rig, he still stays in position because the head is not moving. Whereas if I move the whole player, you can see his velocity is changing. Now this is not, anyone who knows Unity will know that that's not rigid body velocity. That's not a physics velocity, because I'm just moving the position of the object. There's no actual velocity being calculated here. Yet he's still moving his feet according to how I move it. So you can see he even lifts his feet higher as I move quicker. And if I move too quickly, he just sort of slides about. And you can see this when I look down. I'm going to switch back to that gun. You can see this when I look down, you can see his feet actually sort of sliding there. It's still very glitchy. I mean, this is a very quick mock-up. You can see what this will be able to do is actually just do everything without any sort of animations, and the reason I did that is simply because in VR the animations look really messy, and you'll notice this in the Master Chief dancing video that I did. That was just for the heck of it. See, seriously, watch that if you haven't. It's quite fun to watch. And that's pretty much it for this video really. Like I said, I am working on a bunch of physics systems, the rope gun, which I'm not going to show, and balloons, sort of air friction and stuff like that. Now I have actually got these things to float up as well. I'm just pressing a key to make them float up. Again, that's all stuff that will be changed later on. I'm working on things like boosters, or whatever they call thrusters in GMod, and all of those little physics things. I'll be doing that, getting it done, and that's about it for this video. Goodbye!